Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin this Wednesday afternoon with new information. Police have identified a man hit by a train in downtown Fargo this morning. Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kyle Bosch. Fargo police say Derek Jong Ward, who is 49, suffered a severed left foot and significant internal injuries. It all happened around 2 a.m. on the 400 block of 4th Street North. Jong Ward was allegedly intoxicated and sitting in the middle of the tracks and did not move when the engineer blew his whistle. Police say the front guard of the train engine pushed him out of the way, but his foot got caught underneath and was run over. Jong Ward was taken to Sanford Health. His family has asked that his condition not be released. One of 4 men charged with murder in a deadly beating outside a Fargo bar has pleaded not guilty. Scott Moen had his preliminary hearing and arraignment this morning. Moen, Jason Oyen, Jesse Olson, and Nicholas Morris are each charged with murder and being held on $1 million bail for the death of Joey Garsland. Police found Garsland unconscious after a fight outside Rick's bar back in May. He later died of his injuries. We're also waiting for a verdict in the case of a man accused of killing his roommate last summer. Jury deliberations still underway. Christopher Hampton could spend the rest of his life in prison without parole if he's found guilty. Prosecutors claim Hampton shot Randall Dorner because he suspected Dorner of poisoning him. Hampton says it was self-defense and that Dorner had him cornered with a gun. A level 3 sex offender is back behind bars after living in Oakley, Minnesota for the last couple of years. The Red Lake County Sheriff's Office says Christopher Rux was sentenced to spend a year in jail for violating the terms of his offender registration status. The investigation into Rux's case started in 2014, and coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 5, Valley News Team's Neil Carlson will look into how this high-risk offender was able to walk the streets for 2 years before being put behind bars. Well, as we take a live look outside on our tower cam, plenty of sunshine out there, but it looks like there are some more storms on the way. When will they get here? Let's check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn for a first look at our afternoon forecast.
Yeah, lots of sunshine out there. That has allowed most areas to warm up into the 70s. We've got some low 80s here in the Fargo-Moorhead area, 81 degrees. You saw a few clouds out there on the tower cam shot, and we'll see a few more clouds building today and a risk for some isolated showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two as we head through this afternoon and this evening. These will be garden variety type thunderstorms. A better chance for severe weather shows up on Thursday. Right now, though, 81 here in Fargo, 79 Grand Forks and Jamestown, also 79 in Fergus Falls, a rain-cooled 70 down in Sisseton, also rather cloudy in the far southern valley. Activity that we had in the Fargo-Moorhead area very early this morning, that has all fallen apart. Off to the south, though, some showers and some storms. Those continue to slide off towards the east, and again, can't rule out a pop-up shower or thunderstorm just about anywhere in the region as we head through the afternoon. About a 30% chance of that. Getting into the mid-80s here in Fargo by this afternoon. Tomorrow around 90. Late in the day, as mentioned, that chance for some severe weather pops up, and we'll have more details on that as well as a look ahead at the weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Robert, we'll see you then. Heads up. A lot of people around Fargo will have their heads up this week. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels are back in town, and some roads are closing down so they can get ready for this weekend's Fargo Air Show. The famous Blue Jets will be practicing in the skies above Fargo tomorrow and Friday. For safety purposes, some streets around the airport are going to be closed on those days from 11:30 in the morning until about 5 in the afternoon. The roads that will be closed down are 19th Avenue North between Dakota Drive and 18th Street, Dakota Drive from 19th Avenue North to 12th Avenue North, 15th Avenue North between Dakota Drive and 18th Street, and 32nd Avenue North west of University Drive. Now, we also have this list, by the way, posted at our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. After some concern raised over the West Nile virus showing up in North Dakota, Grand Forks and East Grand Forks have scheduled a citywide mosquito spraying tonight. It starts at 9 and goes until around 1 a.m. Now, people are advised to bring their pets in and stay indoors during that spraying. They're also urged to take extra precautions to avoid being bitten. The State Health Department recommends that you use insect repellent that contains DEET. Limit your outdoor activities between dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active. Wear long pants and long sleeve shirts when possible, and eliminate any standing water around your home. You will likely be hearing, or maybe already have heard, a lot of talk about this today. The UND Nickname Task Force has settled on 5 names as finalists to replace Fighting Sioux. Here are the final contenders: Fighting Hawks, Nodaks, North Stars, Rough Riders, and Sun Dogs. Now, the task force eliminated Green Hawks and what had been the most popular choice by the public, not having a nickname and continuing to play as just North Dakota during their meeting last night. Now, this list of 5 now goes to UND President Robert Kelly. He can cut or add names to the final list before the public vote happens. The university says it will announce more details about that public vote in the near future. Services have been set for longtime KFGO weatherman Terry Spees, who died of a heart attack on Monday. Visitation will be 5 to 7 p.m. at West Funeral Home in West Fargo on Friday. The funeral is set for Saturday morning at 10 at Faith Lutheran Church. Spees joined KFGO in 1997 after a lengthy career with the National Weather Service. Some North Dakota National Guard members woke up in their own homes today after being overseas since September. 12 of the soldiers arrived in Fargo last night. 3 others flew into Bismarck, and you can see quite a crowd at Hector International Airport. The soldiers were part of a logistical support team that worked in the U.S. Central Command area, one of 9 commands in the 20 countries in the Middle East. Well, a reminder, we are just a few days away from hitting the rails, and we'd love to meet you. Join us as we ride the rails of the Red River Valley and Western Railroad July 27th and 28th. That's Monday and Tuesday. We'll even be doing some of our newscasts live from the train. We'll be stopping in 8 towns over the 2-day trip. Monday, we start in Breckenridge for the Valley today. We then hit up Kindred for North Dakota today. Valley News Live at noon. We'll be live from Castleton on Monday, and we'll be in Lisbon for our evening newscast. On Tuesday, we're staying on the rails and hitting 4 more towns. It's Lemoore for the Valley today, Verona for North Dakota today, Oaks for Valley News Live at noon, and Gwinner in the evening. While we're on the rails, we invite you to come out, meet our team, and tell us what's so great about your community. Remember, Valley News Live, riding the rails, Monday and Tuesday, July 27th and 28th. Well, come